What's up, people? I had some pretty deep thoughts on my mind that I wanted to talk about. Things that I'm pretty sure that every man ponders on from day to day. And that's the future. For those of you out there, especially your fathers, you can understand what I'm about to talk about. In certain families, core values are installed. Upbringings are different. While in other families, you're just lucky to make it to whatever age you are. You don't learn anything, you don't gain any knowledge. The streets raise you. A lot of us have been in that position. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and act like that I was some thug and then I was just raised in the mean streets and stuff. No, but at the same token, I wasn't really installed with a lot of things to carry me throughout my life, which is why I try to put as much emphasis as I can on this with my wife and our kids, that we are trying our best to not emulate the upbringing that we had, because she was the same way. She didn't really have a lot of things that she could carry throughout life that were taught to her. And a lot of the stuff that we know today has basically come from being self-taught and experience. We didn't learn anything about saving. We didn't learn anything about investing. We didn't learn anything about credit, taxes, generational wealth. None of this stuff was mentioned to either of us growing up. Nothing. And you would think that these are things that people need to know about when they're older, so that they can have a shot at being successful. But then again, I guess we kind of have to look at the cycle that possibly has not been broken until it has gotten to you. That maybe our parents weren't taught these things. Maybe their parents' parents weren't taught these things. And they just basically did whatever it is they knew. There's that situation too. But there has to come a point in everybody's life where we have a choice, where we have a decision to make, and to say the cycle ends here. I don't want to continue what I grew up in. Just a figure of speech. I don't want to pass that on to my kids, but I want to pass on knowledge. I want to pass on some wealth. I want to pass on something that my great-grandchildren can benefit from. All of those choices need to be made now. You know what really made me think about this is the gym that I train at. It's going through some changes, and it's a little rough for a lot of us that are there, getting used to the way that things are. But I heard the owner say something once, and it just really resonated with me and my family. He said, this is an establishment that I'm building for, my family, pretty much. And here I am, pouring into somebody else's dream when I could be doing this for my own. And I think that there's not a man alive who doesn't think about that. Building something to call their own. Now, I'm not saying anything is wrong with working a 9 to 5, working for somebody. Maybe that's just, if that's what you want to do, that's just what you want to do. But for me, I think we're all just programmed differently. We're all built differently. Some of us want to go ahead and just take that extra mile and build something from the ground up and say, you know what, I did that. That's my doing. Those were my thoughts that became things. And I can give this to my kids and their kids' kids and their kids' kids' kids, and we can keep our name in this, and that's it. There's not a man alive, I would think, that would not want that for their family. I want to take this time to encourage my brothers out there, even my sisters. Maybe you're just tired of like pouring into somebody else's dream and you want to build your own, have something to call your own. I definitely support that. I support it wholeheartedly. And I think that it all has to start somewhere. It has to start with a thought. And that thought needs to have a little bit of action behind it. And we also need some pretty good people in our lives to keep us accountable as well. We can have what we want if we work for it. If we have somebody to make sure that we're doing what it is we need to do, we can have what we want. We can do anything we want. Why is it certain people? Why are certain people in certain positions? Why are certain people successful while others aren't? Is it a choice? Is it a mindset? Is it lack of knowledge? It could be a little bit of all three. But when you start thinking the way that I'm thinking, at that point, you are definitely well aware of what could be potentially holding you back from a better future. It's time for us to start stepping out on faith and doing what it is we need to do to become better. Doing what it is we need to do to make our own families wealthy and not somebody else's family. Build your own legacy. Something that you can call yours and your sons and daughters can call theirs. Starts with a thought. I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll see y'all next time. Peace.